Fasting. What is fasting? The purpose of Christian fasting is to take our eyes off the things of this world and to focus on God. By fasting and denying ourselves, we can focus better on Christ and allow him to bring a breakthrough in specific areas of our life and ministry. Throughout the scripture, fasting refers to abstaining from food for spiritual purposes. The Greek word for fasting is nesteia, a compound of ne, a negative prefix, and etheo, which means to eat. So the basic root meaning of the word simply means not to eat. Biblical fasting is not eating with spiritual communication in mind. Why fast? Fasting is a biblical practice. Matthew 6:16 says, "Moreover, when you fast, do not be like the hypocrites with a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear to men to be fasting. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward." Why fast? To be heard by God, for deliverance, for revelation, for health and healing. In Isaiah 58 verse 8, the first part of the verse reads, "Then your light shall break forth like the morning, your healing shall spring forth speedily." But what better reason to fast than the fact that Jesus did? How do we fast? Study the subjects of fasting in the Bible. Make sure you are medically able to fast before attempting it. We need to be wise. Begin with short fasts and gradually move to larger periods of time when and if you are able. Break a prolonged fast gradually with meals that are light and easy to digest. So important in regards to fasting to enter with a positive faith that God will reward those who fast with the right motives. Jesus gave this promise: when you fast, your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Matthew 6 verse 18. Sometimes during your fast, mix your fast with prayer, scripture reading, singing, or devotional reading. Remember, fasting is not an end in itself. Seek the Lord, not the experience of fasting. John Wesley stated, "Some have exalted religious fasting beyond all scripture and reason, and others have utterly disregarded it." We need to find a middle path between these two extremes. We're not called to fanatical fasting where we deny ourselves everything, but we are called to fast regularly. Christian fasting is a lifestyle of servant living. Although fasting literally means not eating, Christian fasting is more than denying ourselves food or something else of the flesh. It is a sacrificial lifestyle before God. In Isaiah 58, we learn what a true fast is. It's not just a one-time act of humility and denial before God. It's a lifestyle of servant ministry to others. As Isaiah tells us, fasting should also encourage humility, loosen the chains of injustice, untie the cords of the yoke, free the oppressed, feed the hungry, provide for the poor, and clothe the naked. Now, those of you at ARC will know that usually in the month of January, we take part in fasting, the Daniel fast, and it's an opportunity again just to deny ourselves and to draw close to God, and as well as adapting the way we eat, we can also consider some of the things that perhaps we sometimes spend too much time in, such as TV. We could perhaps watch a bit less TV, or maybe spend less time involved in social media. There's so many ways that we can fast and honour God and draw close to Him in intimacy. There is a cost to fasting, but there is a much greater reward.